All right. Take 2. All right. So, I should have done this before. Why do I keep forgetting to do this before? But I do. Sorry. For some odd reason, I'm all of a sudden starting to cough. Okay. All right. Boom. Okay. First place. I don't think he has one, which is fine. And right here. Awesome. Finally. Alright, last thing. Alright. And my sound is okay. I somehow have 3 notifications. Alright, so today my plan is quite simple. Oh, hey, Naruto Shadow. Welcome. Cat or dog, and why? I'd have to say dog, but the main reason, there's actually 2 reasons as to why I picked the dog. And first is mainly because I'm a dog person. It's got a massive thing to do with the variety. If you want a cat in a dog body, you can get that because there's so many different kinds of breeds, whereas cats have a limited amount. And you can get dogs where if you're allergic to dogs, you can get a dog for your allergies. So, and that's a massive reason for number 2, which is I'm actually allergic to cats. So, dogs are definitely my go-to animal. So, how about you, Naruto Shadow? What would you choose, cats or dogs? Alright, I'm also going to get one more thing. Now, I wanted to do this. I've got 4 things. And I kind of wanted to show everyone what I was doing. Hushy, dog, and cat. Yeah. I do like them both, but I'd have to go with the dog mainly because I am allergic to cats. So, but I do admit the benefits to cats. Mainly because, you can leave them at home for the day and not have to really worry about too many things. You have 7 cats? Oh my god. I would never own 7 cats. If I were to have more than 1 cat, I'd probably go for 2. But yeah, I'd probably only go for 1 cat. So I've got 4 things here with me right now. Box of Q-tips. So, and this is mainly why I'm gonna try and create a little bit of content other than just talking. So I got a box of Q-tips. I've got some Band-Aids, some antibacterial, and most important, got a box of water. lukewarm water. So I'm doing this because I'm going to be changing the bandage on my poor little critter, which shall be entertaining. So thankfully my webcam can be moved. I'll have to apologize for the mess my mom has left on her table, but she's gone, so I actually have room for today. But yeah, so I'm gonna try and change a bandage on a lizard, which, you know, Dust Buddy. Those are cute names. I have to say, they are very, very cute. Very cute. Owl is interesting because, you know, you're naming a cat after another animal. But, I mean, my two pets are Peanut and Butter, so I have no room to complain. So I'm just going to go get Butter real quick, and I will be right back. Like, not even 2 seconds. Alright. And I got her. Which, you know, this shall be interesting. Sleep on trees? Okay, that's a very good reason to call your cat Owl. Hello, Weedle. Butter and I are happy to meet you again. So, I just explained what I was doing. I'm going to give Butter a nice little bath and replace her bandage. She looks so ridiculous with this thing. Anyway, so I got a bucket of lukewarm water. Would you stop squirming, you little trash being? Trash. I wish I could call her a trash panda, but she's not a trash panda. She's just a lizard. So I'm just gonna... Don't want her... I should have done this earlier. Sorry, people. I hope you're not getting too much vertigo. Why is that not working? Okay. There we go. Okay. So let's see how well this thing works. Alright. There we go. I got her box with soapy, I wouldn't say soapy, but a lukewarm and slightly soapy. Because the vet told me that this bandage is actually very... Oh my god, she does not like me right now. I know, sweetheart. So I'm not going to actually show you guys the injury too much. But, it does need to be changed. Would you stop squirming? I know you hate me, but that's fine. So, yeah, I know, sweetheart. Yeah, so, I didn't actually ever expect to have to do this with a lizard, to be honest with you. I might have to get rid of the box of water, even though that's the main part of this whole thing. Maybe I can get some scissors. Hey, sweetheart? She had enough of me yesterday, too. I know. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so, see how she's struggling? She's had enough of me. But, this is just another part of why I have to do this. That bandage is eventually going to fall off. And inside that bandage right now is probably just pain for her. But I want to get this bandage off. Now, whether I replace the bandage is all dependent on how fast her injury has healed. Margarina. Margarine. Butter. I get it. I get it, Pete. I get it, Weedle. I get it. Thank you for that. That was the best thing I've heard all day. Okay, I'm gonna switch this water for you because I think it's actually the water. I'll be in another second. I'm gonna put you in there. And there you go. I don't have to worry about her drowning now. All right. Yeah, poor Butter, right? I know, sweetheart. Okay. Here come the big boys. I know, sweetie. Oh. She's obviously not liking this very much. But she's never liked being held. Butter is the one that prefers that. I generally try to leave her alone. Doesn't always work. I know, I just want to see how bad this is. I know. Stop it. Okay, there we go. All right. Okay. This is taking longer than I thought it would, people. So, any other questions about animals that I may be able to answer? Now would be a great time to ask as I slowly peel this thing away. I know. How many people are watching me right now? Because only 2 people are in the chat. So only 2 people are there. Okay, that's fine. Oh, I see it up there. Why did I have to? Alright. Okay. How am I gonna get that off? Now the veterinarian told me lukewarm water, which this is lukewarm water because you don't want to shock the animal. Why do monkeys enjoy throwing their poo? It's actually a scent, a power play against the monkeys. They throw their feces because their scent marker is on their feces, and therefore they are showing their dominance through doing that. Any other questions? Okay. Hey, sweetie. Sweetie. Calm down. I don't think she likes water much either, to be honest. She is a sand creature, but sometimes you gotta do the worst to your animals to make them feel better. Any other questions while I... Weedle. I hope you don't. We are no longer monkeys. Oh my god. Well, no wonder he was very proud of your bandage. Okay, I'll stop touching. I'll stop touching it. Ugh. Another moment as I actually empty the bin now of water, because I do believe another reason. Okay. I barely got that off. An animal I want to have as a pet. I do want a dog. Do not get me wrong. I do want a dog pretty badly. I know, sweetie. But I have absolutely no time for a dog at the moment. Mainly, well, partially because I don't have money, and the second reason is because I just don't have the time. I know. Okay, that must hurt you. So, I do want a little animal like that, or a big one. Doesn't really matter. But I would also like to have an Argentine black and white tegu. That one's pretty good. Why do you think I'm on a diet? Yeah, I agree. No, Weedle's been talking like that for a long time now. I get it. I get it. Oh, I'm getting this off so it doesn't hurt you, you little brat, you. Yeah, by the time I get this off, she's gonna be done with me. Oh, I finally got a little leeway here. Alright. Any other questions? Oh, come on. Slowly starting to come off now. Don't expect philosophy. I'm surprised you're still awake, to be honest. What can I... Hey, sweetie. It's almost off. I've just got halfway more to go. But it's coming off a lot easier. Oh, look at that. It's almost done. It's almost done. Look at that. Hey, sweetie. So I have to be very careful also because I don't want her scales to rip off her tail. The doctor did say that was a very big possibility. That's why I'm actually going pretty slow. And it's finally coming off. Now, depending on how this injury looks, I might show you guys. It's finally off. But, let's see. Main reason was I just wanted to have a quick look at the injury. Okay, it is not bleeding. So that's good. You want a bunny? Bunny. You could always call it Roger, as in like Roger Rabbit. Or I called my bunny Hoppy at one point because I didn't know if it was male or female. Because they're so hard to tell. I thought it was a good name. Alright, I know you're done. I know you're done. But I now have to apply some antibacterial. So this part's gonna be the most fun for me because, damn it. Oh, thank goodness he folded it in. Because that means that the injury's gonna stay clean. I know, sweetie. I know. Okay. Yeah, I do not feel comfortable not bandaging that up again. So I'm not going to show you guys this injury because it's just pointless at this point. You know there's an injury. I know you're done. I know you're done. There you go. See, I'm not going to hurt you. Ziva? That's a good name. Okay. There we go. So I want to figure out how this thing works and maybe put some cotton underneath so it doesn't hurt her so much next time I take it off. Alright. So Here's the bandage. Gonna see what I can do. Okay. So. Lola. Lola's a good name, too. I enjoy that one. So, where'd the... There it is. Oh, that wasn't even the antibacterial. Okay. Alrighty. So, I think I have to put the antibacterial on myself. It's what it looks like. Small tube. And I'm actually happy I went to the vet. Not because of the actual injury itself, but if she does get injured, or Butter, because Butter has been injured before. So if either of them get injured again, I at least have an antibacterial to deal with it. So let's see. Here you go, sweetheart. Notice how she stopped moving. I think she knows that what I'm planning on doing is just normal. Okay, so I am not gonna like this part. And then I just destroyed the bandage. Great. Now I need another one. And a bird that resides in my garden. Oh, okay. What kind of bird is it? Is it just a blackbird or sorry, those are called crows. A pigeon. Or is it that blackbird with the weird white stripes all over it? You only get those in Europe. It's a cool looking animal. Bird, I mean. And that's the second one I've destroyed. Oh my god. These are not easy to work with. Okay, I need to move this to the side. I need to move this here. Let's try that one more time. Oh, no. But I think I've got an idea. I'm gonna take her out. I know, sweetheart. Sweetheart, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. I know, sweetie. Don't you dare fall off. And now she wants to run. That's okay. It's okay. It's okay. You are not making my life easy. Oh, yeah. Gotcha. Gotcha. Shh, shh. Got you. You're okay? This is gonna be the hardest part tonight. Getting that stupid band-aid on. Because I know she's in pain. And she knows she's in pain. So would you stop moving? You know what? I'm gonna put it this way. She just dropped the antibacterial. Crow or raven? Okay, let's try that again. Antibacterial. And this time I might actually do it this way. The antibacterial. So, this is trial and error, guys. Trial and error. This is going to be so difficult. Let's try this one more time. Hey, hey, sweetheart. She's not going to like me at all for this one. Come on, stop moving your tail. Stop moving your tail. I should stop moving her tail, too. Okay, come on. Gotcha. Gotcha. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Yes! Woo! Hey, hey, sweetheart. Sweetheart, you're all good. You're all fine. They're all dandy. Might not feel very good, but there we go. I got the first part on her. Now I need to make sure that it won't come off. But I don't have to deal with the antibacterial anymore. Oh yeah, I think they are a type of sparrow. They're really cool looking though, even if they are irritating. All right, so I'm gonna deal with this like a band-aid because that's what it is. And voila. So there we go. Oh my God, just like that, I've got you hooked. Voila. Now, I hope it comes off all on its own, but now she doesn't have to deal with me anymore. I think she now knows it's over, too, because now she's calmed down. So there we go. Oh, and she's trying to escape from me. See, that's how fast she moves. All right, sweetheart, I'm going to put you back. You're done with me. I'm done with you. Alright. Now I'm going to put everything into the box, at least until I'm done with it. And then, there we go. I'll clean that up later. And now, da-da, 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 da. That's my second one. They look exactly the same. But he's more calm. But then again, I haven't dealt with him. And her tail's gonna look like this soon enough. Come on, show the tail. Show the tail. His actually looks a little better now, but you know, you deal with what you can get. Obviously. Alright, so I'm finally done with that. Oops. Alright. Okay. So, ba-da-da. Over and done with. Okay. 1893 called. They want their closet back. Okay. You're being very, very tickly today. Their closet back. I don't understand. Weedle. I don't understand. So, that, my friends, even though you didn't actually see me change the bandage, but that basically shows you how difficult sometimes bandage changing can be. So, the what in the background? Oh, my closet? That one? Yeah, that one's pretty old. I will give you that. That one's pretty old. Yeah, no, I admit that one's, oh, come on. You know me. So yeah. Yeah. No, we got it from Germany actually. My grandfather, who lives in Germany, he inherited a old lady's belongings because she had no family left, and he was her doctor, and she was very grateful for him because he made house calls and whatnot. And eventually got all of her stuff, and she was this rich lady too, so that was really weird. And then what ended up happening, Bavaria. Yeah, so what ended up happening was we went for something completely unrelated to just there, and my grandfather asked if we wanted stuff, and that was one of the closets. We've got another one upstairs, and then we've got this beautiful table. It's actually quite gorgeous, mainly because the center can be removed and you can add whatever you want. It's quite interesting, but that's beside the point. So yeah. So if you guys, oh shoot, you stop pressing the buttons. If you want to know why she's injured, Butter had, unfortunately, when I first got Butter, she was actually in the middle of shedding. She was emaciated, completely thin. And these guys are wild caught, so whoever transported her in didn't even bother to feed her before sending her to me. So she came in very bad shape by a medieval spirit. So what ended up happening was, when you first get a lizard, you're not actually supposed to touch the lizard for like 2 weeks, and you're not allowed to house them together for a month. So they had their own little enclosures at first, and by the time I noticed that there was shed still on her, it was too late. The blood had completely cut itself off, and I gave her a few baths. She hates me for that, but she now knows that I'm not gonna give her any trouble or whatnot, so she trusts me that much, but that doesn't mean she likes me. I got the awful piece of shed off, but then she, oh hey, what the hell? But then she, yeah, the tail was dead already. Yeah, the tail was dead, and I knew she had lost the tail. But what happened was, about a week ago, she had another shed cycle. Now, I was keeping a very close eye on it because obviously the first one did not go well. So you have to make sure that the second one does. And it went rather well, but her tail actually got worse. So I called up a veterinarian the day after, and trust me, it is so hard to find a veterinarian for these little guys, because a lot of veterinarians, they need an extra veterinarian license for lizards and whatnot in order to practice on them. So then, when I finally found one, I called them. That was another nightmare in itself. And then I finally got there. And right when I got there, I wanted to see if we could get a clean cut on her tail, get it amputated safely, because there was no way I was doing that by myself. But the tail just dropped. Like, the last shed, it made it look worse, but it just made it so that the tail would come off cleanly. And it did come off cleanly, but it's showing quite a bit of skin, like bloody skin. So I'm happy I went anyway, because even though I don't have to amputate her tail, at least I got the antibacterial for it. So if there's any other injuries, because these guys, they have, and I'm going to show you really quickly, if I can. I need my other screen for this. Right there. Okay, come on. See that? Those little toes right there are so delicate, and they break so easily. Peanut actually has 3 fingers missing, which is sad a little bit. But, you know, you live with it. And so now if that ever happens again, I have an antibacterial to at least deal with the problem. So that is the story as to why all of a sudden I have that happening. Why? Yeah, no, I wanna. Oh, okay. Oh, sweetie. Okay. Do you want me to wear a sweater? Want me to wear a sweater? Okay. He managed to creep. He managed to creep right underneath. But yeah, so we are good. So they are actually harder to keep. Yeah, Peanut, yeah. But surprisingly, they fell off before I got them, so that's good news for me. Means I'm at least having his enclosure safe enough where it's not. Oh, come on. And then this happens. Okay, I'm gonna show you. I just noticed this. Um, so ignore the mess. Ignore the mess. All right, see there? That there is their enclosure. And right there where I'm pointing is their water dish. They managed to tip that over. That doesn't actually make me happy. I have to fill that up now, but yeah, no, they're little buggers, I tell you. They really, they're something else. But anyway, so yeah, no, my lizards, they're not actually that hard to keep. Like, it's a simple setup. They need sand. They need enough sand to dig, because what they do is they, when it's too hot on the surface, especially in Africa where they come from, when they that's better. Yeah, when they it gets super hot there. So what happens is if they get too hot, they go underneath the ground in the sand, and then it cools them down. So you do need the sand. I do have hot heat, very hot heat at the very top. Hamsters are not actually easy to keep, so they're more expensive actually than lizards are. The difference is hamsters only live 2 years and lizards live up to like 20, so the commitment's way longer. So I guess it's more expensive because you have to think long term. So yeah, so dried worm bucket. And he's happy. Okay. Well, fair enough. Fair enough. Every hamster is a little on the different side. Um, but yeah. But anyway, so yeah, so that's generally it for the lizards. You just have to have a hot space, a cold space. You need UVB lighting, a water dish, and 2 highs, and that's it. Um, I'm just doing a little extra for them. I have special food. This one won't eat, little brat. He's just not eating. I don't know what it is. Well, that's good. Yeah, I mean technically he's a rodent, right? So rodents eat everything. Felt like a lot of stuff. So I'm not actually that surprised. Um, I mean even now, that's the one thing too. Like they love being underneath the sand. You rarely see them above the ground. Bonus cream raid. Thank you for the raid, bonus cream raid. That's a little funny to say. I'm very sorry. But yes, thank you for the raid. And Orem, welcome. How are you doing, my friend? Okay. Okay. Sorry, Peanut's in my shirt right now. So, I was just about to mention, actually, that these guys don't actually like it above ground because I think they feel threatened. So that's actually, like, he's actually a lot calmer right now that he's underneath my shirt because he feels a little more safe. Now, that being said, I usually have a sweater on, so this tickles like no tomorrow. So yeah, no, we're talking about animals, and on top of that, I also switched Butter's Band-Aid. Oh, thank you. That's very nice. I'm trying to stay live for as long as I possibly can, mainly as an apology because let's be honest, I haven't been live in weeks. Full without fish, just shrimps. Actually, that makes sense. Shrimps are quite territorial. Do you want to go back? Okay, you know what? I'm gonna put poor whining Peanut, because he is whining right now. Little brat who doesn't eat. And, Gonna put him back. Because I'm actually done talking about him. Why, thank you. Gave them French names. That... shrimp French names. That's pretty brilliant. Anyway. I'm gonna put little Peanut back. And then I'm gonna come back. Oh, and there's one more thing about Peanut that you need to know, and Butter. Their sand does need to be switched out because they do go to the bathroom in there. So I clean it once a week, but once every 3 months, I do have to change the sand. But I'm going to do it prematurely because of Butter's injury, obviously. The cleaner the sand, the less likely it's going to get infected. Finding Nemo. To be fair, Finding Nemo was a brilliant, amazing movie. Sorry, I'm leaning back. Ugh, feels good. So yeah, no, I'm gonna try and be live for as long as possible. Sorry I haven't actually been live. I should have apologized way earlier, but I had a hectic schedule, mainly just doing stuff. Guinea pigs are actually the one animal I would personally never own. I like the idea of hamsters, but again, I'd rather rats, actually. They're very cute. Something about guinea pigs just don't appeal to me as much as something like actually lizards do. You know, they're unique and whatnot. And I'm not saying guinea pigs aren't unique. It's just something I've never thought of owning. But that being said, I wouldn't blame anyone for getting a guinea pig. I hear they're very cute, very lovely animals. So, yeah. And yeah, rats only live 5 years. And most of them die at 2 or 3 due to respiratory or respiratory infections, which is basically lung stuff, lung problems, breathing problems, or due to cancer. And that's a lot of rats, not just a few. Like about 75% of them die that way. So, I trust me, lizards were not the first animal on my list of owning, but they live a little longer than 2-3 years, and on top of that, they're relatively easy to keep. They're not cheap, they're very expensive, and you do have accidents like what happened with Butter. Like any animal, actually, that can happen. And I know how much work a fish tank is, and I just don't want to deal with a fish tank because I can't even touch the fish at the end of the day. I don't want something that looks nice. I want something that I can handle. So yeah. I did think of a hamster really quickly. Again, they only live 2 years. It was a quick decision not to own one because I know how expensive they are to keep. If I'm going to spend that much money on them, I would like to have a commitment longer than 2 years. Then there's, I was looking at tarantulas too. Mainly because I'm not comfortable around spiders, and I thought, maybe owning a spider would get rid of some tensions. My mom immediately refused. Oh yeah, sorry. I already did explain this to Weedle. Sorry, Weedle, for explaining this again. But basically what happened was when I first got her, I do believe it was, I think it was May. I forget what month it was. When I first got her, she was shedding. And lizards shed for 3 very important reasons. One is they are growing, and because they are growing, they need to get rid of the outer layer of skin. Or second reason is due to injury. If they get injured, then they will shed as quickly as possible to get rid of the injury. And then I think the third reason was something along of like diseases, like if an animal is sick but getting healthy, gets rid of the sick skin so that they can continue on, kind of like being injured. When I got her, she was completely emaciated. She was skin and bones. And the reason being is because they are wild-caught animals. Had I known that when I actually got Peanut, I would have never gotten Peanut. But I got Peanut, and then I found out that they were group animals, so I got Butter. So Butter was skinny, and she was shedding at the same time. Now, there's 2 rules that you need to know while getting an animal. And generally, this is any animal, but it depends varying on animal to animal. So the first thing that you need to know, especially about lizards, is you do not touch the lizards for 2 weeks. You do not touch them. You need to get them used to their new environment, so that they can get comfortable and they're not so stressed. And the second thing that you need to know is that they need to be away from other animals, because they could be, no matter where they come from, they could be carrying diseases of any kind, and very contagious ones. And usually a month, especially in the reptile world, is enough. For horses, it's 3 months. I'm taking notes, yeah. I had to do a lot of research on these guys. So she was shedding, and I wasn't allowed to touch her for 2 weeks. So after the 2 weeks, I picked her up and got her accustomed, and then I noticed her tail, which was had stuck shed on it, which means that she didn't shed it off, but it was stuck. Now, like I said, the 3 reasons that shed happens is because, well, mainly the first one in this case is that they are growing. And she grew a lot, and so the dead skin around her tail was cutting off the circulation. And so by the time I realized it was basically too late. But didn't look like it hurt. It was a dead tail, but the rest of the tail looked fine until about a week ago. She started shedding again. Now that's normal. They shed quite frequently, and the more they shed, generally the healthier they are. Peanut has slowed down because he's not really getting fatter anymore, but he's still shedding every once in a while. Anyway, so she shed again, and I was keeping a close eye this time, mainly because the last time didn't turn out so well. And the tail got worse. Like, everything else worked out fine. Made sure that she had a bath when after 2 days it was a little stuck. But after the bath, it was fine. But her tail got worse. So I then called the veterinarian and took her to the vet. And yesterday, when I took her to the vet, I got there thinking, oh, geez, I need to get her tail amputated. Because you don't want things to get worse. You want them to get better. And so I get there, I'm waiting for the veterinarian, and she drops her tail. At least it doesn't have to get amputated, but the good news is I have an antibacterial for her, so she's fine, and she's a hardy animal. She won't get sick and die all of a sudden. And I do believe that a lot of the time, especially with her species, doesn't really, like, most bacteria won't really get to her, but like I said, they do live under the ground, they do live in the dirt and in the sand, and so I was worried about bacteria stuff happening. So I got an antibacterial, and I'm bandaging her up, which was actually the start of the video. So if you do want to see the bandaging up, I wouldn't actually recommend watching it, because you don't really see much of it. It's just me struggling to get the band-aid off, and then struggling to put it back on. So, but no, Butter is fine. She's doing well. She looks ridiculous. But she only looks ridiculous for her sake at the moment. So, I'll give it another 2 days with a bandage. Looks better already. And, then she's free to do whatever she wants. I'm gonna keep an eye on it, of course. So, yeah, no, it's more the struggle of getting her to the veterinarian, which was actually the worst part. Once I got there, it's like, oh, well, I'm here. Like, I don't have to worry about it anymore. I was a little frustrated because it's like the whole reason I went to the veterinarian was to get her tail, cut, well, basically cut off, make it clean cut and get it all fixed up. But then didn't have to do that anyway. But the good news is it wasn't that expensive because of it. Like, it was expensive. Don't get me wrong. It was expensive. But it wasn't as expensive as I was expecting going in. I was expecting like a $500 bill, but it was just over 100. So, like, I count that as a win right now. So, yeah, and I brought Peanut to the vet as well, not to get checked over, just for moral support. I thought she'd be a little more comfortable with him nearby, so, because they get along that great. Yeah, no, dogs and cats, there's so much known about dogs and cats that if something happens to them, you can go to a veterinarian close to you, and most of the time they can help out. Oh, no, that is not bad of a price. I'm very happy with the price. That being said, it like a 15-minute vet trip took an hour. And that's all it would have taken, too, had the veterinarian not been looking up what my lizard species was, because I'm pretty sure he's never heard of them before. Because, like I said, they're all wild caught. A lot of people hate wild caught things, which is true. You should be very wary of where your animals come from, because if they're wild caught, a lot of the time the people catching these lizards are not taking into consideration how many are left, where they come from, and whether or not that they are healthy. Well, I'm not surprised. Like I said, they're very new to the trade of reptile keeping, and because of that, and I mean, they've never bitten me, ever. So a lot of people are very interested, and the only people that should actually be keeping these animals are people that want to breed them. The problem is, and this is very true, I do not know if Peanut is a boy, and I do not know if Butter is a girl. And no one knows, because they are identical. There is no difference. With these two gendered species, they look exactly the same. So a lot of people yeah, their reproductive systems are tucked in inside the walls of where they go to the bathroom, so you can't actually tell, so it's impossible. Snakes, it's easy to tell because you can pop them out. And a lot of lizards you can actually tell just due to the fact that, some have longer claws, like the females have longer claws. The males have shorter tails or something like that. But with these guys, it's impossible. Yeah, exactly. So, I wanted, I'm about 50% sure that Peanut is a male. So I'm 50% sure, or actually I'm gonna say 60% sure that Peanut is male, because when I got him, he was sold to me for $100 for being male. The female was $150. I'm gonna say 60%. So that's how confident I am that Peanut is a male. For anyway, I'll continue this before I answer you, or so for Peanut, I'm about 60% sure he's male. Butter, I have absolutely no clue. I asked for a female, but whether they gave me a female knowing that she was a female or not, I have no idea. I have a strong suspicion that butter is male, mainly because the one thing that they said that they could probably tell the difference with, it's not for certain, is the size of their heads. And Butter's head is bigger than Peanut's. So I'm not sure, but I'm gonna just go with it and say Butter's female because I don't really care. I wanted a female, and I don't know, so it's just, that's it. Yeah, I'm more like 20% sure Butter is male or female. Like, I just have no idea. And, I mean, they get along very well. So, um, I'm hoping my suspicions on Peanut are correct, because he did show a little bit of aggression at first. Like, as an independent lizard woman. Oh, that's funny. Thanks, Orem. I needed a laugh. Okay, so as for how you check for reproductive systems in other lizards, or actually I'm gonna stick with snakes because I only know for snakes. You kind of like open the hole that they, you know, use, anyway, that you can tell with reproductively, and something pops out actually of the hole, and depending on the shape of the snake's reproductive system, it's either going to be a male or a female, but it is safely tucked inside otherwise, but you can force it out. With my lizards, you can't do that because they're just not built for that, and it's, yeah, anyway, you can't tell with mine. I do know that with bearded dragons, it is very well noticed. I don't know what those signs are. I didn't actually look them up. But I do know that it's very easy to tell with bearded dragons. It's a little harder to tell with blue-tongued skinks. But even they have ways to tell if they're female or male. That is a way of putting it, Orem. So it's not, I wouldn't say it's not a safe procedure to do, the procedure, way to do it. I'm just saying that, you know, the only way to tell is basically with a snake to open up its hole. Fun fact about reptiles, they pee, they poo, and they have sex from the same hole. So that's why I'm saying the hole. So, as gross as that may sound to you, that is... Show me your bitsy silly snake. That's how delayed this is, by the way. Just so you know. I'm a little delayed here. It could be just me. Okay, Weedle. So, yeah, no, so that's... But, so I think that's enough on reptiles for a little bit. And we touched base a little bit on rodents. What else is there to talk about when it comes to, animals? Anything that you might want to know? I might have to look it up, but I'll do that for you. What would you like to know? On any animal. I'm gonna wait. Yeah. Birds, yeah. Yeah. Well, birds also have a... I'm not sure on birds. The one animal I'm less confident about commenting on are actually birds. And the first thing that pops up is Wikipedia. And it's not even on bird stuff. Oh, come on. Anatomy. Alright. I'm reading your comments and I'm kind of confused, but it's fine. Being oblivious to that kind of thing. I just want to see the reproductive system of a bird right now. No pictures. Great. I'm not gonna read a whole bunch of stuff. Gizzard drinking behavior. Okay, there we go. Okay. That's pretty funny. What I read in like the first second. Yeah, it's good that I'm confused. That's good to know. That is good. I'm confused. So birds, um, birds do have testes, do have penises, and do have poop holes. So yeah, like different anatomy in different places. So I guess that's only reptiles then, and it could be not all reptiles. It is a possibility that some reptiles have like there's so many species. Gosh, of reptiles out there that you never know for sure. For instance, it is fairly common for a lot of reptiles to just drop their tail. Peanut and Butter are not one of those lizards, so it just comes to show that each lizard is different. Um, but yeah, no, same thing with birds. Like you have so many birds out there. What's the strangest kind of meat you ever ate? I'm not really that adventurous when it comes to meat or generally anything. Mainly because where I come from, literally everything is an hour drive away. And what we do have in the small town that I live in is very basic. You generally have bar food, or you have the same food. And I do like sushi. Don't get me wrong. We have so many sushi places as well. Tree frogs. That's interesting. I didn't know that. That's good to know about the tree frogs. But anyway, so I think the strangest meat I've ever had was wild. And I'm gonna say wild caught, but it was shot a deer from the forest. My friend's father had killed with his gun, and we ate that for dinner, and it was the worst meat I have ever had. It was stringy. It was not good at all. But that being said, I don't think he knew how to cook the meat either, because I've had deer since then, but that was just the worst. I'm not gonna comment on that because sharks are one of the most important things in the ocean's ecosystem, and a lot of people are over hunting sharks for their fins. And it is disgusting with what they do to the bodies after they cut those fins off. And I'm not gonna mention it because it's disgusting in the human level. It's disgusting in the fact that a human could possibly do that. I've heard good things about frogs. But it's certainly one of those things where it's like, if I don't have that much opportunity, why am I freezing up right now? Is that just me? Or, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you know what? It could be true. I don't want to find out. Yeah, I heard good things about frog legs. Um, but yeah, so I don't discredit that. I'm good. What do you mean I'm good? But yeah, so um wow, is Vinny done streaming? Really? I don't believe that. He finished 25% of the game in an hour. Is that true? Oh my god, he's finished streaming. Wow, that surprised me. It's more like a thing with your brain. Not freezing up, well. And you think you frogs can't taste good. No, it's... I went to, I guess the best you could describe it is army camp. Only it happened once a week. So I did something like that where I went out in the woods and I had to eat a squirrel once. That was interesting. Didn't tasted like nothing because we had to boil it in water. No problem, Orem. Thanks for dropping by. If you do plan to come back, I'd be happy, but you don't have to. Thank you very much. But yeah, no, it's yeah. So the idea of frog legs have never not popped up in my head, but I have heard good things about it. So I've heard good things about ant chocolate as well, which I want to try at one point. And you have to also realize, like, I'm Canadian as well, so a lot of strange foods have come to Canada. And, you know, we don't even think twice about it. Like, uh, the idea of people not having gravy on their French fries kind of blows my mind. But then I realize that's a Canadian thing. It's just me. So, but yeah, I would, if you haven't had gravy on your fries, I'd try. It's pretty good. So, plus as a child, I was also called gross for eating a tomato or even Nutella on bread. And this was before we even had Nutella. This Canada has developed very well where I come from in the past 20 years. Kangaroo and ostrich. I've never had ostrich. I've never had kangaroo. So that kind of shows you how much I've tried. But yeah, like I wouldn't mind trying that. That'd be interesting. And kangaroos aren't endangered, so, you know, like, another thing that, you know, I consider sometimes. I would like to try horse meat. I don't know if it's ever gonna happen, but that'd be interesting. So, in September, are you going to Australia then, Weedle? Or are you just gonna go to a specific restaurant with those stuff in it? Vienna. Ah, Vienna. I've heard my grandparents love Vienna. Never been there though personally. I've been to Venice, but not Vienna. So yeah. How do you like the layout? It's simple and pretty last minute, but I just wanted to do something other than a black screen because apparently I don't know how to put full screen on my YouTube thing. But there is an Australian restaurant. That's cool. You ate horse ones too? I mean, I don't know why people have a problem with horse meat. I really don't. There's so many horses out there, and they're gonna be... You like it? That's good. That's good. As for shark, that's one thing I will probably never eat, just due to the fact with what they do to the poor sharks. And the sharks are slowly becoming extinct. And that will just destroy the whole ocean ecosystem, and the moment that happens, life on Earth will no longer exist. Oh, you like it? I thought of making Sandal my mascot, mainly because of the animals I have. But I'm not entirely sure yet. I'm thinking either just make Sandal my mascot or Peanut my mascot. Well, so it tastes like hay and poop. Okay. That's interesting. like I said, I would like to try that. You can't get it in Canada. It's legal. Well, I don't know if it is or not, but I don't think it's legal. But, I mean, where do you, like, if people are deluding themselves to thinking that horses are not slaughtered for meat here, then you know, they're a little stupid. A very strong taste. That's cool. But considering we eat cows, cows got a distinct taste too. Oh my god. Okay, so we've talked about lizards. We talked briefly about rodents, a little bit of dogs and cats. Uh, definitely like I literally spoke one sentence about spiders. So anything else on the animals list? Nice hair, really? Oh, I hate it so much right now. But yeah, I like it better this way. Actually, maybe I should just look this way. So hello, power guide. Oh, is that how you say it? I'm very sorry. That's I'd say it's Guido, but fruit flies. Now you're just spouting nonsense. It's Weedle. Yeah, so I'm planning. Okay, so actually, I should probably mention this. Mainly because my schedule was so hectic, I could not stream before, and my apologies for that. But when you work one day in the morning, and then one day in the evening, and then one day in the morning, and then one day in the evening, the 2 days that I had off were spent sleeping and recovering from this awful schedule. I mean, who likes fruit flies except for frogs? Frogs love them, and fish. Fish like them too. But you know, not only that, but I never knew when I was working. So the reason I wasn't streaming so much was because of my schedule. It was just stupid, and I hated it. I really did, because at least in the winter it was semi-regular. I mean, I did work mornings and I did work nights, but at least I knew when I was doing that. Now though, I got a brand new job, and I have only one shift available for me, which is 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. period. So not only am I no longer working mornings and then nights and then mornings and then nights, but not only that, not only do I have a steady schedule, but I have the same 2 days off every week. So from now on, I am thinking I'm going to do one stream a week. That way, when I do stream, it's not overly done. Now, I'm not saying that streaming every day is bad. It works for a lot of people, but a lot of those people also make videos. Now, I don't make any videos, and I do want to make videos. Something like what I did today with butter, I would like to be able to film that and then make it into a video, so that by the end of the day, you know, it's not only streaming that I do. So from now on, I'm going to try and do things once a week. Now, the videos will probably not come for a very long time, mainly because I have to learn how to edit videos, and just looking at the programs, I already hate it. So I'm going to focus, however, on the one stream a week, and try and make that a fun stream for everyone. So that's my plan going forward from now on. So I don't know what day of the week I'm gonna do it. I'm not entirely sure. I'm thinking more Saturdays than Friday. No, maybe it's gonna be Fridays. Anyway, I don't know which of the 2 days I'm going to do it. It's either going to be a Friday or it's going to be a Saturday. So I don't know which of the 2 days I'm going to do it. But I'm going to do it at least once a week. Okay, no problem. Thanks, Weedle, for dropping by. I will see you soon. Like I said, once a week. And thank you again for stopping by, especially since it's 5 a.m. in the morning. I mean, thank you. Oh, hey, welcome back, Orem. I hope you get to hear what I'm saying. So again, I'm planning on streaming once a week. I do plan on putting up videos. Now, stepping forward as well, there's another thing that's probably going to change. I don't know if this is going to be solitary a gaming channel. Now, I do want to basically do gaming streams, but I'm not really a gamer. The only games, and I am not joking, the only games I have ever played were Pokemon. That's it. It's 5 a.m. for Weedle. Not only have I never played any video game other than Pokemon, but I'm not good at games. And I don't want to just do Pokemon. It'll get tired very, very quickly. And I want to keep you guys entertained. Plus, on top of that, a lot of the time, especially with a Pokemon game, I forget what Pokemon I have after a week. And since I'm only doing one time a week for streaming, it's going to be difficult. So I'm thinking the worst part is that my computer cannot handle games at all. Like, it struggles with the basic Pokemon games that I have right now. So my second thing is, do I get another laptop? Or do I continue with Pokemon games? So right now I'm also at a struggling stage of what to do. And so I was thinking this could either, like, I don't want to entirely mix the two, but I thought it would be best to put a lot of animal related stuff onto my channel. I am an animal lover. I have studied in the animal field, and so I would like to do animal things. Like this, yeah, exactly. And you never know, like, it could, like, today I think worked out very well. I had a little bit of a plan in mind. Yeah, it was a little weird of a plan, replacing Butter's bandage. But at least I had something slightly entertaining, and especially something I love doing. Now, not to say that Pokemon isn't something I love doing, but I was hoping to both do animals and gaming. So my question to basically everyone who's watching, which is only you right now, Orem, is whether mixing animals and gaming stuff together is a good idea, or if I should just do one thing. Because I mean, I could always do a talking stream like this, but then to actually make videos on animals and on gaming stuff, it might be a little weird. But yeah, so I'm struggling to see if that will work. Today I think was fairly successful. But anyway, so one more thing I'm going to be doing now is I'm going to be doing a raid really quick. Now I'm just going to see if he's still live. He is. And he's got 23 people watching him, so I'm not going to do that. I want to do something where not many people are watching. You know what? Not many people are watching this right now. So I'm going to do a nice raid for a good friend of mine. I raid him a lot, though, so you know what? Gonna do it anyway. But thanks for hanging out with me, and thank you for listening. And by all means, if you can't answer me during the video, please follow me on Twitter or something. You don't have to follow me, but at least I'm gonna tweet out what your opinions are. I'm gonna ask it on Twitter and on Discord to see if you guys think it's a good idea to mix the two things together. And I also want to find out if it's a good idea to film basically me playing video games for the first time. Because, like I said, I've never played a video game other than Pokemon. I've dabbled in Smash a little bit, but mainly because it's fun to play with other people. But anyway, so we're gonna rate this guy because I love him, and I'll see you next week. And of course, peace out.